Herring redesign. So first, I explain what Red Herring is. Red Herring is a restaurant that makes their food from scratch with the goal of providing vegan and vegetarian food in Urbana. Um, Red Herring really tries to cater to small food needs that aren't often considered in restaurants. They work with local groups to bring food and groceries to insecure members of the community, and Red Herring provides a safe space for the community. The reason for their redesign is because they closed down in COVID due to a lack of money. Currently, starting Tuesday, March 11th, they were starting to get back up on their feet, having pop up dinners that are called Red Herring Reunions. However, this brand is the same as before COVID time and hasn't changed. Yet you can see that they're on Instagram, they have like a new, different style, and I think it's time that they would do like a rebrand for their reopening, for the like grand reopening, because I'll give it to you, the reunions are like a miniature reopening, but they're not like the actual big deal. um I'll be targeting this design to be more gentle and natural to the community, so it aligns with the restaurant's objectives and personality better. I have a mood board, and it's essentially like sort of supposed to give like a natural, almost farmy vibe, because that's the sort of vibe I was thinking you would go for, because it's there definitely would be like referencing their farms that they provide locally, the food that's grown fresh, because those are the sort of things that farms tend to bring to mind. This is my color palette. I don't really use the red a whole lot. I think the white and the black are mostly just for text on different backgrounds, and then greens and wood colors. These are the fonts that I use in the various things that I've done. Sign Painter, of course, is the one that I use for my logo. Uh, Beat Brush Script MT is the one that looks closest to my logo. It gives like more of a hand drawn feel, so I used it in my book. Same with Myriad Pro. Blanket is one of the ones that I definitely think would be like a good accent, like if you were to do a poster or something. So I didn't completely disclude that one. It's sort of like an alternate for like Myriad Pro, because it definitely gives you more of a hand drawn, but it's definitely more legible than Sign Painter and Brush Script, I almost feel. Sign Painter could, but you wouldn't want to use that if you're using the logo, because then it just looks too similar. Um, so my target audience is local community in Urbana-Champaign, and the restaurant itself is not particularly concerned with having more customers. However, they have been struggling to maintain a balance between their nonprofit status and having enough money. Uh, so they need like a good community to support them, and those are the sort of people that they want to gather. They also want it to be like very inclusive, and they don't want anyone to feel out of place there. So these are my four options that I designed, and I wound up going with this one. However, the text, you can tell from the bottom is more heavy. It's like not consistent. And this would be like really hard to like redo, especially when you do all of the different calculations that we did during the class. So this is the redesign. I did take uh yours and edit it more. Um I think it works. It's clean, it's simple, it's easy to replicate. It's not really going to derive tension away from anything, but then it also is like definitely there. And the fish could be turned black to be cohesive with it. However, I do like it being red, since that is sort of the play on the words. So for the environmental graphics, this is what the restaurant had. There's some problems. It gives off food vibes with the reds and the oranges. It's very intense. It's kind of all over the place, sporadic, not cohesive, and it doesn't really align with what they're trying to portray. Afterwards, I have these. I did take and warp them more, like my feedback said to. Um, I feel like it fits more with the visual approach. I do think there is like definitely more stuff they could do with the space, but with my editing skills, I can't really do that. I would have to like go actually in and change that. And I couldn't really get better photos, unfortunately, because the place is not always open. So then we have the menu magazine. And I printed it out and I did do some edits. I didn't really know what to edit on the other ones because I didn't get like feedback, but on this page I definitely took it from the 3 columns down to the 2 columns. The image is bigger. It definitely is formatted better, I feel. That's pretty much it. So yeah.